To the first episode of Dolly Diaries of 2025. We're filming an intro because we just filmed a part of a collective haul and we have like a ton of stuff to open. Some of it's used and needs to be cleaned. Some of it is brand new and needs to be deboxed. And this was like all from the span of like almost a week. It was not like we got it all on one day.
We just didn't put it away sooner because we had all this brat stuff out in my room. Like I just got my room back, day before yesterday. Yeah. It was crazy.
Yeah, I didn't want to open anybody and like have to wash people, and you know, we wanted to get the brats done for sure because there weren't that many new dolls. But we went to Target after an eye doctor's appointment and found a couple dolls, and the next day after my therapy appointment we stopped at the thrift store and there was a few dolls. And then Colleen had like got me something American Girl for Christmas. It's like Chris's llama, and then a friend had given her the Welly Wishers rabbit hutch for Christmas. So those were like Christmas gifts. And then we stopped at the Salvation Army and Big Lots yesterday. So that's why there's all these dolls. Because Big Lots is closing, so their toys were all...
We didn't buy these dolls. They just came here from a plane.
Yeah.
They dropped them.
What are you doing?
Like, yeah, I didn't buy any of this.
So yeah,
I didn't buy the rabbit.
I'll show you what we have out. So we have Bobo. He's helping. Then we have, and that wood stove we don't use anymore. I mean, he just likes to sleep on that spot.
I think because the heat from the other wood
yeah,
stove
that's downstairs
comes up onto that part of the rug. Because even where I'm sitting is very warm.
That's for what, the plastic?
Yep, this is for like the shoes on the used dolls and like...
This is for, oh, that has...
like crusted laundry detergent in it.
That's my fault. I think I dumped what was left in my homemade laundry detergent bucket in there when I was making a new batch, maybe. I think that's what that is. And then that's for putting stuff that doesn't need to be cleaned, and trash can.
And Oliver.
And Pooh Bear's helping. I didn't see you over there. Hi.
How did you not see him?
You're not new and exciting anymore. Oh, it's the belly.
So we already photographed this rabbit, so I'm just gonna start deconstructing. And Hutch will have to be kind of wiped down separately.
And I've inventoried everybody already.
He's getting washed with the llama. Do you have any of the llamas?
And if the bridle comes off, pretty sure it does.
It should, because
people always
have him without bridle.
Those stickers you put on.
Oh, but I don't know how you would take it off. It's like...
Let me see, is it sounds?
No, I just don't know how you get over his fat head.
Oh, and I set up a poster board for photographing the new doll stuff on right away so it can all be put downstairs. Here, I'm just going to use one of these so I can...
Yeah, to transport things over there. That's smart. That's why I brought in our sorting bowls. Where's the purple one?
It's got the stuff I need to fix.
Oh!
What are these, like Velcro hearts? Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that I love Velcro hair accessories. It's my favorite.
Your sarcasm is not lost on me. It's like, this bathing suit's faded. That's because it was inside out. Okay. She's ready to get washed. Make Addison naked.
Ooh, she's pretty. Is this Saran? Oh, I think this is Saran.
Let me see.
It's like, it feels...
It does feel like it might be Saran.
It's
hard to tell because it's got so much product
I know,
in it.
but it's like really... It smells like Saran.
Was one of Addison's sleeves shorter than the other one?
I think so.
Oh.
1980. Haha. Do these come out? Ooh, her earrings come out.
Oh, something weird happening with her pinky finger.
It's like bending.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like it might come off.
Yeah, I'm worried about it.
Okay, I'm so glad I got this doll. She's fantastic. I like her even better naked.
Yeah, she's pretty. Yeah, 1980.
Yeah. Yep. Isn't it nice being able to have like a portable studio?
It is. She needs to be washed, but she still needs her info written down. They're naked, need to be washed, but they don't have anything that needs to be written
Like
down.
some of these things I wouldn't like bother photographing if like we'd already opened her, because like there's elastics, like, you know, like...
Yeah! Stacy's boots are extremely hard to take off.
I also might need this in case I need to research a Barbie head mold. Because the dolls that I'm opening aren't going to have. And this is my list of things and dolls from this haul. Barbie, cheaply made. 25th. It's like how they have to put genuine Barbie now.
I know.
Because they're that cheap. I know the like older molds better than the newer ones.
She has a dry rotted elastic that's crusted to
I
her
know,
hair.
I saw that.
I mean, it's crusted, like it has to get washed out. Oh, sorry, Cinderella. Should be really gentle because you're really old and. Yeah. When you don't trust your 17-year-old Siamese.
They say that Siamese cats are always playful.
Sounds accurate.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Obviously, some of these dolls were from the thrift store at the Salvation Army and this other thrift store in the area, and they of course needed to be deep cleaned. But the dolls that we got at Big Lots and Target that were still sealed, I just always like to wash and boil wash their hair. That's just something I like to do. Some people think it's excessive, but I feel the need to do it, and I always see a difference. It's something I've done pretty much since I was a kid. I didn't necessarily wash all my dolls' hair that were new as a kid, and I certainly didn't know about the boil wash, but if they had a lot of product in it, like my Mary-Kate and Ashley dolls, I definitely liked to wash that out before I played with them. Well, I learned that Brooch here is color change. He went all blonde, and now he's slowly making his way back. Those dolls over there don't need to be, like, washed.
Shampoo.
The thrift store tots were the most annoying to clean because the child who had them before painted silver outfits on them and then changed Precious's hair to a darker teal color, which they did a pretty good job, so much so I didn't realize it was another Precious until I got home. But it was so hard getting all of the paint out from the grooves. I had to soak her for a while and then use toothpicks to gently scrape it out. It wasn't perfect, but I got most of it out. And you can see most of the people in the boil wash bowl were actually new because the secondhand tots didn't have rooted hair. And I was just letting them sit because most of them had either like saran or some kind of nylon or polypropylene. Poor little mini Cindy, just her whole body fell into the bowl. She had the worst hair. I don't think she had ever been played with. It looked like she had maybe just been displayed and then stuck back inside her package, but her hair was gnarly, the elastic was dry rotted in it, her saran was super disgusting feeling, but from sitting in the water her whole body was like super bendy and rubbery feeling because it heated it up. Excuse me, so we're trying to work in the Molly album because we're almost done our Flickr retake project, and now I have both of them in here. Quasimodo plopped himself in front of the Mollys and I need to take this picture. And you can't be in the picture. No, don't you two fight. Oliver. Oh, thank you for telling him to move.
So I just finished setting this up and Shelly just shot the photos. This is going to be a Flickr photo for an inspirational post I wrote about a year ago, actually. And I'll explain why it took so long for me to upload it. This is going to be for that. The post, I believe, because I wrote it a year ago, is called The Secret Language of Sisters. The reason it took so long is because I've actually just got Isabel for myself for Christmas. I was waiting for her because when I first wrote it, I said to Shelly, should I use Corinne and Gwen as sisters for this photo, or should I wait for Isabel, because by then I knew I wanted Isabel, and use her and Nikki, or should go for it all and have both sets of sisters in the photo. And Shelly said, oh, well, gotta do both. So that's why it took me a year to set up the photo to go with the post that I literally was writing last year before Christmas. And we're now in January, and I'm sorry, Quasi is trying to get attention, and it's really funny. What, do it again? It was funny. Are you funny? Are you crazy? Quasi. Look, the toy's back. You're a cuckoo. You're crazy. Oh, ho, ho. I'm trying to film something else, but you're just so funny. So, back to the reason I took out the camera. Once I had Isabel, and now that we just finished retaking all those Flickr photos and Shelly's editing them today, I was like, it's a perfect day to set this up. And I've had like a year to think about what I wanted to do for this. So I decided to have Isabel and Nikki matching in the Merry Everything pajamas. I only had one pair of slippers and Shelly only made one pair of earrings for it. So I kind of did Nikki's a little more dressed down. Then I have Isabel holding two Mollies and Nikki holding Kit and Sam. The reference there is that I know I mentioned in the photo how Shelly and I used to love having sleepovers in the living room on the weeks of Christmas vacation. We would just camp out by the Christmas tree, which is why I went in the Christmas direction, because I specifically mentioned that in the like doll essay. There was, in Christmas 2004, Shelly got Samantha and Kit, and I got my second Molly. So we had a sleepover party where she had Kit and Sam, and I had my two Mollies. For Corinne and Gwen, the only pajamas I have in the welly size that I also have in the 18-inch size are the Merry Everything, and I already had Izzy and Nikki wearing them, which is okay, because I wanted someone to wear these. Because it says that for Christmas she wants a unicorn, which I put out, a million kittens, which it's not a million, but I put out some kitties, and an American Girl doll, because she checked all of the above. And then I just made Gwen wearing some of our cutest welly holiday stuff. And then I just put Julie with Gwen, because I've had Gwen with a mini Julie before in photos. I just had such a good time setting this up. Oh, and one more thing. I made it so you could see this pillow because it says Chance made us sisters and Hearts made us friends. This pillow is always in Shelly's room. It's on the bed, currently on the bed with her Felicity and Elizabeth dolls. And I just thought this would be so cute. So I had a wonderful time setting this up. It's like the perfect sister Christmas fantasy. It'll be up on Flickr, hopefully like maybe even later today or later this week. I have to reread what I wrote and check for errors because I haven't read it in a year. I hope you guys enjoyed this little clip.
Alright, this is a momentous occasion. This is the last album on Flickr that needs to be replaced. It's Julie and Ivy's. So all of these like photos of the outfits and the dolls wearing the outfits are gonna get replaced. I've edited all the pictures. I also have Julie's earrings, but those go on another album. There are a few things that like the pictures were already replaced or we got them after we switched to this backdrop. Like you can see I did the beds. But this is it. This is the last album. Once this is done, we are done the Flickr Retake project, which we started less than a year ago. And I have thousands of photos. I have 17,000 photos. Granted, not all of them are guide photos. We have like haul pictures and thumbnails for videos and all that, but I would say at least conservatively half of that are guide photos, and it's probably more than half. So I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Alright, and here it is, all done. The last album. I just had to edit the earring collages with her earrings, and then I'm officially done. Alright, I'm gonna look through my rerooting supplies because I have a Farah Fawcett doll I got over the summer of 2024, and when I went to boil wash her, as you do, her hair shrank. Like, it shrank. I'll show you. So it shrank. It looks like, oh, it must have burned at first, but burned doll hair is like a crunchy feeling, and it won't, like, once it's burned, it's done. Like, there's nothing you can do for it. But when I dipped her back in hot water, I was able to kind of deflate some of it, but you can see it's like still way shorter than it should be, even though it looks less balled up than these parts that didn't comb out. So my only option here is to like reroot her because I don't need this body, and she's awesome. I love my celebrity dolls. And I would have rerooted her much sooner, but we just had a lot of stuff going on, like our personal lives and trying to get the Flickr retake project done, which is finished now. So I'm going to work on rerooting her before I tend to some of my other random dolly projects, but I might have to order her hair. So I have like leftover things in here from other projects. Sometimes I order like extra hair to make the shipping worthwhile, that I know I can use on other dolls. So I also keep my flocking in here. These like cut up straws that I use sometimes for curling bangs or like short pieces. My crochet needles. They're upholstery needles, sorry. I used these for rerooting my 60s baby Coraline, named Coraline, and I bought 2 of these because I wasn't sure, because I had to order them online. I wasn't sure if they'd break because I couldn't see them in person, so just in case I bought 2. This is where I keep like my tweezers, my crochet hooks, etc. It's all like rerooting things. This is more crochet hooks. And then like this is leftover hair that I ordered. Same with this, you can see. These were from my Hawaii Barbies. And some of them have knots, like I literally knotted the whole hank and then had leftovers. And I put the like name of the color on here too. So if I want to order more, sometimes it's not available. Like, this was the kind I ordered to do one of calling straight leg skippers, this copper titian. And when I went to use that same hair color later on to reroot a different doll, it wasn't available anymore, but you can see it's like a really close match. We have some of this. This was what I used on Coraline and a Sleeping Beauty doll. We have Malibu Blonde, which that's what I'm going to look into. Some brown. Maybe some ash blonde quick. And then some of these. Oh, that's platinum. I need that. Red, left over from my Ariel reroot I did a long time ago. And I'll use these, like even if there's not enough to do a reroot, I'll use these to fill in like cut plugs, like Tickled Pink. This is from an Avery doll my Uncle Ray rescued from the trash. And then these, you can see there's a doll name on here. Way back in the day when I customized dolls, attempted to. It was horrible. It was like circa 2012. I quickly realized, not for me. But I had taken some of my duplicated brats and made the mistake of like wiping all their face paint off, and I'm a perfectionist and I kept doing it over and over again and I was never satisfied with the results, and all of those chemicals actually did like start to make the plastic decay, so I had to use them as body donors and I salvaged their hair. So you can see like the names, like I remember I named my custom Hollywood style Yasmin Justina. See, I remember their names still. And Express It Yasmin, Express It Megan, Eye Candy Phoebe. These are really short, like, because I do the knot method in the center. So this is like better for bangs. This connect one here actually came from our childhood Dance Magic Barbie. Her hair was cut really bad, but I saved the good connect lawn that was left over. And I used this on one of my Cool Times Barbies, so you can harvest hair that's not completely salvageable on one doll and use it for another. Yeah, so this is all my salvage hair. It's not really going to help me. So, you know, waste not, want not. Let's see what I got going on here. She doesn't have that many hair plugs. They're like, I don't know if you're going to be able to see. There's like a lot of space. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5. She doesn't have that many rows of hair. So I'm thinking maybe I can combine some of these. Because like Farah kind of has that really shaggy hairdo. Like this is almost a dead ringer for what she came with, this ash blonde. But honestly, I'm not a huge fan of this. But yeah, I have quite a bit of this. This is completely uncut. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just later on, because I'm gonna film a video on this for Dolly Transformations. Because this is a really weird thing that happened. So maybe someone else has this problem, and you know, they'll want to reroute their doll too. It took some digging to find out that other people had this problem when I was researching it. But yeah, so I think I can probably do most of it with this, and then for like the front, maybe do like a lighter blonde. I think it should work.
Okay, so this was top secret. Colleen had bad luck getting stuff for her birthday. She wanted to get a Magic Attic Club Allison doll on eBay. She made an offer. Instead of like accepting the offer or declining the offer, the seller just pulled the listing and then relisted it for the same price. It was really weird. And then we found the Our Generation diner, which was like a reasonably good deal, mostly complete, but the shipping seemed kind of cheap. So the seller printed the label, and then the next day they refunded her money, because I guess they messed up on the shipping, but they never messaged us. So she was feeling really bad, and there was other stuff going on. So one day after work, I decided to go to Target, because they don't have a lot of Skipper and Stacy dolls at our Walmart, and that's what she's mostly into, and they also have a lot of Our Generation stuff. So I snuck down there, and I got her this Down syndrome Barbie, the AA version, because she already has a blonde. They didn't have any good Skipper and Stacy, sadly. And then I picked her out two My Life at Our Generation play sets. The fridge and the pantry, because she loves food items. And I thought she'd get more use out of them than like the big coffee shop. And she'd have something to unwrap. And I know all this paper doesn't match. It was just leftovers I had from backdrops. This like Christmas paper is from probably 2017. We used to have a backdrop that was made out of this, but it got moldy after like a basement flood. So, and I could have made a new one with it, but we didn't really like how it photographed, so I'm just using leftovers from various backdrops. And she's not gonna care. It's just like, you know, to conceal what it is so I could surprise her. But that's what I'm doing in this clip, and I'm talking really quietly because she's downstairs putting stuff away right now while I'm editing this.
So, it is February 2nd, my birthday. I'm playing around with old stuff instead of enjoying my, birthday goods because, Shelly is going to restring my Allison doll, but she has to order parts. But in the meantime, I didn't want to waste, my time, so I decided to work on some of the line photos that I've been meaning to retake since, you know, forever. This was the last of the Cave Club that I planned on retaking because I didn't have a flooring before, and Shelly just made this floor panel yesterday, or over the week when I was at school rather. Shelly just finished making this, so when I was panning through the album and thinking about what to work on, I'm like, oh, there's that. So this is the like Wild About line, and like Tella over here, who is wild about sleepovers, she's pictured with the Cave-tastic sleepover dolls. So she's kind of part of that line, but kind of part of this one because she's wild about. And the others were all like, they're basically standalone dolls that are united by the Wild About title. And the other three were marketed like together. I think Tella came out a little later. But anyway, I love this set. So we have Lorelai, who is a kitty caregiver, and he's so cute. And then we have Fernessa, who is babysitting her little sister Farah, who is also really cute. And we have my possibly my personal favorite because of the doll food theme, Amberly, who is cooking. She's wild about BBQ. I just love the cooking set. When I saw the cooking set, I said to Shelly, I need that. And there's Tella, who is having a sleepover party. And she also comes with some pretty sweet doll food. So there's that. I just love this collection. It's one of my favorites. It was actually seeing this for Nessa that made us get into Cave Club, so who knows, if not for her, we might not have discovered how cute these were until it was too late. But like, yeah, I love these dolls. They're just so fun. The box art is really cute, and we saved these ages ago, and I have them in this like sleeve, so that we can pull them out and use them for crafting or photos or whatnot. Yeah, if you're interested, check out the work I've done in the Collections and Lines album on Flickr. So, today is a snow day. Can't really see the white out. Oh yeah, you can. You can see it's getting a little bit snowy outside. It's actually not snowing that bad right now, but because it's supposed to turn to ice and the commute and yada yada yada. So anyway, Shelly realized that she didn't have a video to upload this week. Tomorrow is February 7th, so today is the 6th. Shelly realized that she didn't have a video to upload for tomorrow. And she has a very old American Girl collection video that she took before we got Lindsay back in 2016. Grace was the newest doll in the video. We decided we wanted to upload that, you know, as like a throwback, and also because, you know, as Shelly mentioned in some of our recent uploads, our computer is getting really old and she wants to like clear out any like footage that we don't want to lose and just get it live. So anyway, I started this morning before we went to the farm and before we had lunch. I was going to try to get all 30 of the dolls in that video, because Grace was our 30th doll, in one shot. That did not work. So then I scaled back and decided to do 2 groups of roughly 15. However, if we did it by 15 and 15, Kia and Marisol would get split up. And I didn't want to do that, neither did Shelly, because Marisol is the last of our childhood dolls. So we decided for the first picture to have 16 and the second 14, just to keep all 16 of our childhood dolls together. That's these girls here. I'm pretty sure that in the video, which I'll have to watch it later once Shelly makes it live, I'm pretty sure it was right before Kirsten went away to the doll hospital. Shelly's looking at the old footage right now. I don't know if you could hear her off the camera saying yes, she has the cyborg eyes. So that's probably the biggest change. But other changes are Felicity, who just got her ears pierced the end of 2024, beginning of 2025, while we were taking photos. And then Angela, Valerie, and Marisol, and Amber all had their ears pierced circa 2016, but I believe after we took the video. So those are some interesting changes. The biggest trouble I had setting this up is, first of all, my old Molly, our first American Girl, always ends up on the end because she was our first doll. However, her glasses don't stay on her face very well. And the shoes she's wearing right now, which I just got for my birthday, they're not helping her balance, but I played around with her when we were retaking our photos for my Molly album, and I don't actually think she's loose. I think these shoes just aren't helping her balance, whereas Addie is definitely loose, no doubt about it. Addie's head Shelly got in 2003 because she sent her away to the doll hospital to get her head replaced. But Addie's body is original, from 1997, and I can tell it's not just that these boots she's wearing don't help her stand, which the boots aren't helping matters, but it's not just that. Like her hips, I can feel the way her torso moves. She wants to like bow at a weird angle. So Addie definitely needs to be restrung. That's like something Shelly's had on her to-do list for a very long time. So yes, these are our childhood dolls, and then I'm going to put all these girls back, take out the next group that goes to Grace. So this is the other photo for the thumbnail for our very outdated American Girl collection video. Aside from the fact that they're in some cool clothes that we did not have back in 2016, although some of them I know we did. The differences are kind of like they were in the last photo, from then to now. Julie's had her ears pierced, Isabel's had her ears pierced, Grace who was our newest doll at the time, has had her ears pierced. Elizabeth and Ivy actually came with their ears pierced. Shelly kind of piloted her jewelry making on them. What kind of scares me about all this is that in a year's time, all the dolls in this photo have been with the family at least 10 years. As of right now, Isabel, we've had over 10 years. Over the summer, we've had these two 10 years. I put Keisha, who's actually the oldest doll in this photo. We got her in fall of 2011, not long before we got Rosalita and my flea market Molly. I put Keisha and Jelly, who should be before Nellie, out of order just because they don't stand well, especially like Jelly stands pretty well because she's a thicker Pleasant Company girl, but Keisha just doesn't stand well and never has, so I just decided it'd be easier to stand the 18-inch dolls and put them at the ends, even if it meant putting them a little out of order. But I'm glad that Emily, Elizabeth, and Duke ended up next to each other, because we got all three of them for ourselves for Christmas in 2015. Yeah, it's crazy because in less than a year, everyone will have had 10 years, because Grace we got 9 years ago. This month, I believe. We've had Grace 9 years. So, and these guys we got in Christmas 2015. So this year for Christmas 2025, we'll have had 3 of them for 10 years. It's just insane how long we've already had some of these girls. And I mean, they definitely do feel like family. Speaking of family, I hear a chinchilla. They definitely do feel like family. But it's just weird to think that like we've already had all the girls in this photo, because Grace is the newest. All the girls in this photo we've had longer than the difference between my first Molly and my second Molly, because there were 8 years between the two of them when I was growing up. I got one for 96 and one for 2004. All of these girls are older than that time gap, because we've had them all more than 8 years, which is really freaky.
Look who's sleeping together.
I know, that's really sweet.
Isn't it cute? Say hi, Bobo. Say hi, Bino. They do sleep together occasionally. I am glad they're not like Andy and Oliver were, where Oliver literally didn't know what to do with Andy not there, not telling him what to do. It's really cute though, and they play together, which is nice. Quasimodo is extremely hyperactive for a 5-year-old cat, and it's made Oliver be less of a lazy duff, because he is naturally playful, but Andy was such a lazy duff. But the problem is that my Bratz kids are not spared, because Oliver used to, like, when he was hungry in the morning waiting for me to get out of bed, he'd, like, rub up against them in, like, that loving way that cats do. He's doing that to Kanani as of late, and she keeps slouching out of her chair because of it. Quasimodo likes to grab the Bratz kids, sometimes with his teeth, and pull them off, and make a lot of noise to get me out of bed when he's hungry, and I do not approve of that. And you can see my little angels have fallen over from him. So we do not like that. That is naughty. And he also has been grabbing Cruella, who I need to make a stand for. He's been doing that. He's a bad man. He's a bad man.
Are you naughty?
Let's see what the cats do in the afternoon. I got back from work a little while ago, and I was just drinking some tea and warming up because I work outside, so. And it's cold out. And look how cozy the kitties are. He's showing his belly. Look at all those toys. And he's showing his belly. And Fifi's sleeping. And Penelope is sleeping. And I just cleaned in here today, and you already putting up the fleece and Poppy. And Napoleon. And Clyde is eating. Hello, Clyde. Hello. Oh, hello, Paul. Hello, kiss. Kiss. So these are the earrings I made to go with my Sparkle Slime Amaya doll. For some reason, she didn't come with them, and she had pierced ears, so of course, I absolutely had to make my own earrings. And I went with resin ones because I showed them in the haul, but I got 2 of these tiny molds at the Dollar Tree. They're different styles, and they are perfect for dolls. Like some of them are on the large side, but even the largest ones would be pretty great for like American Girl. And then all of them have the little silicone peg so that you can make them into earrings or necklaces, which that's mostly what I use resin for. They're awesome, and they're clear molds, because if you try to use like colored molds, opaque molds with resin, it doesn't cure properly usually, like the UV. But these are perfect, and I decided to try out this like long rectangular shape for Amaya because they have really big heads. And these little polymer clay fruit charms I got at Michael's on sale back in like 2020. I remember showing them in a really old haul video. I think it's like, it works with her rainbow colors, but it's not like super literal. And I like the shape of them especially.
This morning I set up the photo of my Allison doll with the Our Generation kitchen stuff that Shelly got me for my birthday, and my other Magic Attic dolls were in there too. I took that and I had this backdrop out, but I actually had the pink tile flooring that Shelly just made, and I thought, oh, while I have out this particular kitchen backdrop and the pink tile, good thing we already took the photo. Dracula's throwing things. He wants his Pepsi. I thought, oh, I wanted to retake the Monster Family kitchen because we were given quite some time ago, like I say, more than a year ago, we were given Fangelica. And she doesn't go to this set, but you can tell she's kind of marketed alongside them. And I always wanted to have her to put in this scene because you can see she's in their little photos. It is so cute. So once we were given Fangelica, I was like, oh, well, eventually I need to retake that photo. Now I was going to leave out the pink tile that I had out when I was playing with my Allison doll, but Shelly and I actually both agreed we liked the contrast of the black and white because it picks up on the black details of the Monster High playset. So that's why I went with that. But it's just so cute. We were also given some spare ice creams to this kitchen. And I thought, oh great, I can make her hold one. I can see no reason why I would need to retake this photo again. I mean, we are missing some of Fangelica's accessories, which are obviously meant to go with this kitchen. It probably wouldn't be worth, even if I did find all her pieces somewhere, it's not like I would retake this whole photo just for a couple accessories. I mean, probably not. I don't know. I know myself. Maybe I would. This is probably going to be the last incarnation of this photo, but yeah, I just, even like all the fun we have with him aside, I just love Dracula, and I love this set because it's just such a cute concept, cooking with Daddy. So yeah, I really like this play set. It's one of my favorites. Me and my friend Beth picked this out for Shelly's birthday. I want to say it was like 2018. I didn't know what we were going to do with Dracula when we picked the set up, but it just happened.
So today is February 23rd, and I have the footage for this episode in my editor currently, and I think I have just about enough to finish this video, but I did want to have a little chat before I end this because there's some like updates. Our guinea pig Delilah passed away this month in February on Colleen's birthday, which was very sad. She was 4 years old. She turned 4 in January. Now we haven't had her 4 years. If you remember, we got her in June of 2023 with Dorothy, and that's why she wasn't in the clip of the guinea pigs that I showed in the living room a little while back, because she had passed away. It wasn't entirely unexpected because when we got Delilah, we knew she was high maintenance. That was exactly how her previous mother described her. Delilah was like originally gotten from a rescue by Allie, who had her before us. And she had a really sad backstory where the original owners had little kids that would hold her and they would always drop her, and she had broken all of the bones in her legs, and because of that she had like arthritis, and Allie had done a really great job like getting Delilah healthy, but I feel like she's just always been more prone to like getting things in the other guinea pigs. Then she got fly strike over, it was in September, which was like a $500 vet bill. But she had like, as far as we know, the vets that looked at her said she was healthy. They all marveled at her size. They all thought she was a bunny at first, which was really funny. I don't know, my only conclusion here that I can draw as to what happened with Delilah is that when she was approaching like kind of being a senior, which 4 is considered a senior for guinea pigs, they can live to be like 10. Penelope's at least 8.5. We've had her 5 years, but she was like 3.5 when we got her, so Penelope's an old lady. And Delilah wasn't really showing signs of being old, but I'm kind of wondering if this is where the issue came from. But basically, long story short, she had convulsions and passed away. And I'm wondering if all of those times she was dropped as a baby caused brain damage, because seizures aren't common in guinea pigs, and if when she turned 4 and was like elderly, if that's why it caused an issue. I'm really not sure. I mean, I wasn't gonna have an autopsy done on her, but it was really, really sad. She was like such a sweet girl. She was aggressive in her old home and like could not be kept with another guinea pig. She actually broke her own legs trying to attack Dolly, who was her old housemate. But when she came here, we already had 4 guinea pigs, and then she came with Dorothy, so there were 6 of them. And so I'm really glad that at some point in her life she got to be part of a group and like have that. But I'm really sad that we only had her for about 1.5 years, because that's just like such a short period of time. And she was just so special. And I think the hardest part was having to tell Allie that Delilah passed away, because we actually were still in contact with her and calling would like email her updates, and Allie would send us postcards. So her not having Dorothy and Delilah wasn't like a choice. It was an emergency situation where she couldn't keep them anymore. She had literally gotten Dorothy from a rescue like a few days before she had to give them to us, because she didn't know her situation was going to change. Because Dolly, Delilah's friend that was like living separately but they could see each other, had passed away. So yeah, it was really rough for her, and so I felt so bad having to tell her that. And it feels really empty without her, because she was like so big and so noisy. But Dorothy and Poppy and Penelope are all doing really well. Poppy's 5, about 5.5. Penelope's like a little over 8.5 estimated, and little Dorothy is like 1.5 years, so she's the youngest. She's a little baby still. Well, not really, but I just wanted to let you guys know, because they do show the pets on the channel, and I didn't just like want to gloss over that she was gone. I felt bad last year when Peanut died, and I didn't make a whole like separate spot in a video about it, but we had a lot going on, and this year we've had a lot going on too. We both got sick twice. Colin brought home like the mild version of the flu, and then after we got over that, like literally a couple days after we started feeling completely normal again, she brought home norovirus, and then that like was awful. And it's just been, the weather has been terrible, so it's just not been a fun start to the year. And that's why I had some old videos that I wanted to clear off my computer uploaded at the start of this year. We do have plans to film more, and I am glad I restrung Allison and Gwen when I did, and had those videos all ready to go, and like all of the written stuff for Gwen's tutorial done, because I got sick right after that and I wouldn't have been able to finish. So I'm actually really proud that I managed to do that. But we will have, hopefully, like other types of videos in the future. We've been wanting to do dysfunctional dolly reviews, but like with being sick, our voices weren't up to it. We obviously are really goofy and we laugh and stuff, so it's hard to film those when we're like that. But I've heard many of your requests. I have had a few people ask for a 90s collection Barbie update, like a 90s Barbie collection update, and I will do that. I'll try to prioritize that for the next collection video. And we will get back into like doing some Dolly tales. We're gonna be doing a dysfunctional Dolly review. I have like the play set. I have it right here. This little teaser. Colleen got this from a friend at work. We bought it for $25 and it works. So we have that, and we will do an American Girl collection update once Colleen gets Belle. And we are probably just going to show all of the dolls, and it's going to be like a 2-hour long video. But that seems to be what a few people have said they wanted, and if like that's too long, I'm going to put the timestamp in of like just the dolls that weren't featured in the last video, so if people just want to skip to that. But I don't want to do it in parts, and I don't want to like just do an update, because some of the dolls only made it into like one video before, so I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, and I'm probably going to do a display and storage update at some point this year, because I did some major rearranging with my Bratz dolls. I say major, by major I mean they're in a similar position to where they were last time, but I took $100 off display because I literally had no more room, and now I can actually fit new dolls when I get them. So that's nice. And obviously we've done some American Girl rearranging, and there's Babyland, and we've done some reorganizing in the basement since my last basement tour, but I think there's like one thing I want to buy for the basement before we do all of those videos, so we'll see. And I'm also really glad we finished our Flickr project when we did, because the goal had been to finish it before Colleen's February vacation. We did not expect to get sick twice, and we were like, I was sick through a huge part of her vacation, and there's just no way we would have been able to take pictures of the dolls. So I'm really glad, and now we have like all of this time when we have free time to work on videos or new things for Flickr instead of like guide pictures, and it looks really nice now, so I'm happy about that. Not that most people care, but if you do want to know all the dolls in my collection, or you want to identify something, clothes, playsets, dolls, whatever, I have a whole guide, like an encyclopedia of my whole collection on my Flickr. I also have fun posts on there too, and sometimes there are hauls that like I take pictures of that I don't put on YouTube and stuff like that, so sometimes there's stuff that's only on Flickr that's not on YouTube, so you can check that out. You don't need a Flickr to look at my stuff, only if you want to comment. So I'm going to close this out, and until next time, love your dolls, love yourself, and love your life.